Ladies and gentlemen, grab your seats and grab your gum because it is time for the World Series, and we're on the crap. I just quoted Rookie of the Year. I'm Cobra. I'm joined by Cat and Tylor. Say hello, guys.
Stop. Hi.
We all know Tyler's a little salty.
Yep, he is very
I have
salty.
more salt than the Atlantic Ocean.
Yep, I mean, even though we did expect Manfred to get his way because famous responsible gambler Shohei Ohtani finally wins a World Series game after making his World Series, but he wasn't responsible for a World Series victory. That was Freddie Freeman.
Overpaid. Nobody likes him.
I actually love Freddie Freeman. I want good things for him. And if the good things happen to come from the Dodgers, well, so be it.
I'm kidding. I like Freddie Freeman, but I don't like him for hitting that home run.
For everyone, forgive Tyler. He's just a salty Yankees fan. Yeah, you deserve it, you inbred Yankee fuck! Shut up, Yinzer! Oh, jeez. The Yinzer just had to show up. Yeah, put him away in frozen storage for the hard count later today. No! Don't freeze Marshall shut! No! Yinzer. The Yinzer, we'll hear him in the hard count later on. He gets excited for the Steelers. Anywho. Yeah, so
the Yankees lost.
Yes, that's a good thing because we're not Yankees fans, but Tyler is. And so, who would have thought that the main reason why the Yankees truly lost wasn't because of Freddie Freeman and the walk-off grand salami. No. It realistically was because the power bats were cold. What the hell?
The first actual run wasn't scored until the fifth inning?
Yeah. Like Yankees, come on. You have Juan Soto, Giancarlo.
Giancarlo Stanton had a 2-run home run in the sixth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's in the sixth though. Like you those all Jazz Chisholm. You expected Juan, Jose, Cruz, Victor Cruz. Yeah, you expected all of them to show up early. It takes till until you're almost halfway through the game to finally show up. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like you're facing Yu Darvish here. More.
If the Yankees want a different outcome, they're going to need to wake their bats up a little bit.
Pretty much. That's just it. They need to wake their bats up and wake them up early because you cannot do this type of stuff, especially against famous responsible gambler Shohei Ohtani, against Mookie Betts, against Freddie Freeman. You can't do it.
Right.
And
absolutely.
We could be as butthurt as we want that Manfred got his way. I tried to warn you guys that this was bullshit that was going to happen. Tried to warn people. No.
Honestly, this is the Millionaires World Series. This is not the Everyman World Series.
Exactly.
If I remember correctly, and I know Cobra, you will correct me if I'm wrong. These are the two highest paid teams in baseball right now.
You're not wrong. That's why personally I hate their guts. And it's because they're the two richest franchises. They're the two most profitable franchises. They have the most profitable players in MLB. Especially, like I said, Aaron Judge, famous responsible gambler, Shohei Ohtani. Both of them attract both the American and Japanese markets. Obviously the Yankees pinstripes attracts the market because they're oldest franchises, and they have, marketability. They're well known worldwide, so all that money flows in. And Manfred, thinks that's good for baseball, and isn't. What is realistically good for baseball, in my opinion, if a small market club beats up a big name, if that makes sense. Like if the the Brewers, the Orioles, the Royals, like if the Tigers, if any one of those teams made it to the World Series, I think it gets more. Okay.
Yeah.
Even
and think about how many movies are out there where, two big name teams are playing one another and everybody's excited about it. No, it's when you've got some kind of an underdog coming in.
Yeah.
And
Major League Cleveland is the Cleveland Indians, being made up of a ragtag lunch pail crew full of washed up veterans, and some friendo schmucks from Cuba or from from the street. Little Big League is the Twins. Rookie of the Year, the Cubs. It's like no one goes, oh hey, let's make a movie about the Yankees. No. The Yankees are always the bad guys. No one. If the Yankees are ever featured in a film, they're the bad guys. Everyone hates their guts for a reason. And
even if they don't use the name Yankees, like they kind of use like
the pinstripe iconography, and everyone knows who you're talking about.
Everybody knows who you're talking about because. And this is the thing that I don't necessarily like about the way that Major League Baseball is set up. You have
it's not just Cat. I interrupt you. It's not just baseball. It happens in all league-wide sports. I mean, with the NFL, the NFL right now is
baseball right now.
I know, but the point still stands.
But this is kind of specific to baseball because in football, you don't necessarily have farm teams.
No.
They recruit from the college level, and it's, the draft. It's the big, huge thing. Yes. And then the guys who are left over kind of have to scrounge around for a spot. But in baseball, we have so many tiers of play that there are so many people in baseball that I almost think that every team should be required to have some sort of farm system rather than these big, huge teams that are, your big ticket teams like the Dodgers and the Yankees who just kind of pick and choose what players they want from all these other teams who have put the money into a farm system, who have put the money into these minor league teams. Yeah. And, the Orioles have developed how many players that the Yankees have then, picked from them because they can pay them more.
Yeah.
And I feel like
not just the Orioles, the other small markets as well, that developed their talent. And unfortunately, after the 5-year arbitration, I've warned you about this. You have 5 years. 5 years, then the window shuts, and that is the arbitration window.
Well, and that's the thing that I think needs to change so that we don't have this. I'm going to say imbalance.
It does.
Like it's a huge imbalance in Major League Baseball. And, you're playing to a market and a fan base rather than playing the game. And, they've turned baseball into a business. But first and foremost, it was a game and it brought integrity into people's lives.
Exactly. I mean, baseball was a morale booster back then. Now everyone looks at it and it's something to go to sleep to. It's like, come on.
Yeah, people have really started to make fun of baseball and watching like my little league kids play baseball. My boys both got the game ball last week because they both got a hit and an RBI.
Yeah.
And they both made some defensive plays that they have never made before. Yeah. And that right there, that's why my kids play baseball.
Yes.
They're not playing baseball for a 9-figure contract that they're not going to earn.
Yeah.
They're playing baseball because they are really loving it. And my daughter is 14, and her teammates will still tell anybody who asks that the girl on their team is one of the best players they have.
Nice.
So, and the whole thing to me about the team imbalances, yeah, money plays a factor, but at the same time, if you've got these teams who are being allowed to just kind of grab whatever players they want, and these players are going to go where the money is.
Yes.
Because that's what it has turned into.
So,
and I really feel like most of Major League Baseball needs a swift kick in the pants to be like, why did you start playing baseball?
Well, I know.
Sorry, that's my little soapbox. That's my little soapbox because baseball should not be about whose team can spend the most money.
So, okay. All right. Thank Kat. Sorry to interrupt.
No, I'm done. Go ahead.
So, before we start wrapping up and before I do my ad read and thanking our sponsors and closing the show, now let's do a little bit of a prediction. Game 1 is come and gone, and Dodgers took game 1. Who's winning and how many games? I'll start with Tyler and Kat, and then end with me.
I'm still biased. Yankees in 7.
All right, you're going Yankees in 7. Kat?
Honestly, I thought tonight's game crystal ball kind of to see how the games were going to go, but it was really so evenly matched. But I'm going to go Dodgers in 6.
And I'm going to reverse, and he's in 6 because fuck us. Basically, also because the Yankees had a little bit extra time to be cool. They're a little down. This is they're probably not going to make the same mistake twice. Probably going to wake up their bats. It's going to go to 6 games. It's going to be Yankees in 6. The
Yankees are not going to put. I'm going to say something right now. The Yankees aren't going to pitch down and away to a left-handed pitcher again tomorrow.
They better not do that, because that is a cookie gone forever Aaron Hernandez type of shit. That, by the way, guys, the Dirt and Turf podcast, of course, is brought to you by Smackin' Flower Seeds. We always tell you to grab your seeds and grab out here in the Dirt and Turf podcast. So we do it with the number 1 viral sunflower seed in the market today. Changing the game with flavors like cinnamon churro, backyard barbecue, and of course, online only, their limited edition flavors. They released chili lime. Yep. They released limited edition flavors like chili lime. They released Buffalo Ranch. They also released cheddar jalapeno, cheeseburger, and right now the limited edition flavor is loaded baked potato flavored sunflower seeds. Ooh. So if you want to give this brand new flavor a shot and potentially put it out on the market, use our link in the affiliate wherever you get your podcasts, whether it be YouTube, Spotify, or wherever. Once again, our affiliate link is in the bio wherever you get your podcasts. That is Smackin' Sunflower Seed, and tell them the Dirt and Turf podcast showed you. where to get the number one sunflower seed that is viral and changing the game. Smacking sunflower seeds. And with that, that is it for the Dirt Podcast. Hopefully we have another one next week. If it's not over, we would, of course, like to remind everyone that the hard count will be later tonight at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock p.m. That is our recording time, but it will be released later on, either later tonight or tomorrow morning. But the hard count will be available. Of course, we have our podcasts going on. We have Down, our NASCAR podcast, and of course, coming soon after the World Series is over is the Biscuits and Penalties Hockey podcast. We're getting super excited for that. We, of course, like to thank our affiliates, and that would be Fanatics, Bulletproof Coffee, Dr. Squatch, Sleeves, W Energy, Duke Cannon Supply Company, Fubo TV, Century PC, and Smackin' Sunflower Seeds that we just read. All those affiliates are in our bio, wherever you get your podcasts. And by the way, I know people are looking for the Dirt and Turf podcast. We are, of course, a part of the Social Sports Pad Network. I'm Cobra, and on behalf of Cat and Tyler, thank you. Let's keep playing ball, everyone.